My name is Sana Mamnoon. I'm an associate professor at Moulay Ismail University in Meknes, exactly at the Faculty of Law and Economics. But before that, I was a high school teacher for almost 18 years. So I have the experience of teaching students. Their ages ranges from 14 years to 20 years. And I enjoyed that. So I got my PhD from Fez. Fez is the city where I live. So now I'm in Fez. But now I teach in Meknes. It's a city near Meknes, 45 kilometers via train or car. So as you like.
Yes. So now you are a Dr. Sanai Mamun. I mean, you are professor now. You are no longer a teacher teaching the school students. So, which role
It's
you?
my first year teaching. It's my first year teaching at the faculty.
Yeah. So, which role you enjoy most? Is it as a teacher or as a professor? Which one is your favorite choice?
So I think both of them have the same mission, which is teaching students.
Yes.
Maybe at the high school level, the age of students is, so they are adolescents. But at the faculty level, they are mature a little bit. But the teaching process is almost the same. But the activities differ. In high school, you can assign different activities. We can work in groups, in pairs, but at the faculty level, it's mainly lecturing. So that interaction between students and teachers is a little bit missing. It's not like the high school level. So the high school, it's all about interaction, either between teacher and students or between students themselves. And this is lacking at the university level. It's something else. But I think both of them are good experiences for me. So they deserve that.
Yes.
Hi.
This is Nandakishore, an 8-year student from Z.P.H.S Ilavaram. Now, I'd like to share little information. There are many interesting tourist destinations in India, such as the Taj Mahal located in Agra, the Red Fort is located in New Delhi, the Gateway of India is located in Mumbai, Ambar Palace is in Jaipur, Mysore Palace and Ajanta Caves. Now, could you please share with us the important tourist destinations of Morocco?
Okay, thank you. I'm very pleased to know those important and famous destinations in India. And I know Taj Mahal, okay, just on videos. I've never been there, but I hope one day I will visit Taj Mahal. So in Morocco, there are a lot of destinations, okay? But maybe Morocco is famous by Marrakesh city. If you have ever heard about Marrakesh, it's in the south of Morocco, and there is a festival of cinema, which is organized every day, and people come to Marrakesh from all parts of the world to participate or to in this festival or to visit Marrakesh for this. Also, Marrakesh is known for a lot of places like Jemaa el Square. It's a very good place. You can eat there. You can do a lot of activities. You can buy traditional food from there. This is Marrakesh. If you like the beach, there is Agadir. Agadir is also in the south, and there are a lot of hotels there. If you like the old buildings, it's my city. It's called the city of Fez. It has got one of the oldest universities in the world. It's called University of Al-Qarawiyyin. It's one of the oldest faculties in the world. Of course, if you want to go to the north of Morocco, there is Tangier. It's very famous. You can do a lot of activities, and it has got two It has got the Atlantic Ocean and the Mediterranean Sea. So it's and it's near to Europe. If you know Europe, it's only, or Spain exactly. So from Tangier to Spain, there is only 14 kilometers. And if you like the Sahara, have you ever been to the Sahara?
No.
The desert, I mean.
No.
Okay, so there is a Ward Desert and there is also Dakhla. So if you enjoy, you know, in Morocco, in one day, if you move from the north to the south, you will find the 4 seasons in one day.
Wow, that's amazing. Okay.
Yeah, it's amazing about my country.
Oh, that's really incredible. So we would love to visit your country. And here is another student waiting to interact with you. Akash, what about you?
Yes, sir. Hello, ma'am.
Hi,
How are you, ma'am?
I'm great. What about you?
I am also fine, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Hello, ma'am. This is
Welcome.
Akash Kumar, a ninth grader from Z.P.H.S Ilavaram. Here, I would like to ask you a question, ma'am. Can I?
Yes, sure. Go ahead.
Why is Morocco called the Red City?
Oh, it's it's a misleading question. It's not Morocco, which is called the Red City. It's Marrakesh, because Morocco is a country, and Marrakesh is a city. So Marrakesh is called the Red City because all the buildings in Marrakesh are in red color, which goes hand in hand with the nature of the geographical area there. So that's why they call it, Morocco is called the Red Country, but it's not Morocco. It's the city of Marrakesh, which is called the Red City.
Yes.
Good afternoon, ma'am. My name is Samisri, an 8th grader from Z.P.H.S Ilavaram. I am so glad to interact with you. I would like to share a little information. Major sources of revenue for the Indian government are the GST and income tax. Both sources of taxation account of roughly 90% of government's overall revenue. In this context, I would like to ask you a question. My question is, how about in your country?
Major revenue sources include government revenue, that's first, then taxation, taxes that assigned to people and to industries, agriculture. Morocco is famous for its agriculture. We have tourism, phosphates, minerals, and also the sale of fish and seafood. So Morocco is famous for selling fish and seafood. Good afternoon.
Namaste from India. My name is Gayatri and I graduated from Jilla Parishad High School, Ilavaram. I'm so jubilant to interact with you. Here I would like to share about a little information. In India, private schools number is high compared to public schools. Parents in India like to send their children to private schools due to some reasons. Public schools in my state is also gaining popularity following the reforms made by our state government. Now some parents are showing their interest to send their children to public schools. Now I would like to ask you a question. Can I ask, ma'am?
Yes, sure. Go ahead.
Are public schools popular in your country?
Okay, so it's a very good question indeed. In the past, public school used to be very popular, but nowadays things have changed a lot. Public schools in Morocco face challenges, and they are often perceived as having lower standards of compared to private schools. So today, many people are sending their students to, their children to private schools due to concerns about the quality of education in public institutions. But the Moroccan government has witnessed an increasing number of students leaving private schools to public schools, especially during the pandemic. I mean here the lockdown. Despite the significant government spending, public schools in Morocco are often criticized for the low quality of education, and private schools have become more popular because of their good quality of education. So for my case, okay, as far as I'm concerned, I send my kids to private schools because they offer better education. However, the fees, the private school fees in Morocco are very expensive. So not anyone can send their kids to public schools, especially at the high school level, because the prices increase with the go up with the high schools, because in high school there are lots of teachers, and a lot of teachers should be paid for their job. So this demands a lot of money. That's why it's very expensive in Morocco to send their kids to private schools.
Yes, and Dr. Sanai, I have a question, related question. So in our regional government recently have taken some drastic step to boost up the public sector. I mean, to attract the large number of students to get enrolled in the public sector system. And we have local government has taken a number of steps. And fortunately, those steps worked out well, and many parents they started sending their children to the public schools. But still, the weight between the balance between the private system and the public school system is not in the same way. But compared to the past, the public system has been getting some upper hand. But in this context, I would like to ask you a question. And what about the local government? I mean, Moroccan government. And so, considering the fact that the education in the private sector is expansive, so why don't your government take some drastic steps to, to improve the quality of standard in public system?
Yes, very good question indeed. You know that the Moroccan government has made a lot of efforts to increase the quality of education in public schools. That's why every year we are witnessing a lot of reforms to make the quality of education higher. But the problem is that the number of students. Okay, so there is a big number of students who want to join the public schools, especially in the countryside. Of course, in the countryside, there is only one option, only public schools. This doesn't mean that public schools are not good. They are good, but the number of students which causes a problem. Okay, so sometimes there are no seats for some students. That's why some parents are obliged to send their kids to private schools.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon.
How are you?
I'm great. What about you?
I am fine, thank you, ma'am. My name is Madhavi. I am an eighth grader from Z.P.H.S Ilavaram. I would like to share a little information. In India, most popular dishes are samosa, dal soup, dal curry, tandoori chicken, fish curry, mutton curry, chicken curry and fry, dum biryani, masala soup, naan with paneer curry, among the typical Indian food. Now, I would like to take it an opportunity to ask you a question. Can I ask, ma'am?
Sure, go ahead.
How about typical food of Morocco?
One of the main typical food that exists in Morocco is couscous. Have you ever heard of that?
No, couscous. It sounds.
It's couscous. Yeah, it's very famous. And when tourists visit Morocco, the first thing they do is they try the couscous food. We have also tagine. Tagine is made up of meat and some vegetables. It's very delicious. There is harira. Harira, it's a traditional soap which is served especially in Ramadan. You know, in Morocco, we have 1 month a year where people fast. So during the fasting a month, most families prefer to drink harira when they want to break the fast. For what things that we drink, there is menti. Morocco is famous for menti. So if you come to visit Morocco, And if you visit a Moroccan family, the first thing that you will be served is mint tea, and it is served with some cookies. It's like the British, they prefer to drink tea in the afternoon. So the same thing for us, except in Morocco, we also drink tea in the morning. So you can drink it in the morning, after lunch, or in the afternoon. It's like a must, and it's delicious.
Yes, in India too, if you visit any one of the households of Indian families and you witness yeah, you witness the tea, but the tea is milk tea. We actually mix the tea with milk, and so that's the tea is so popular all over India. We love to serve the tea to the guests, and we drink tea almost 3 times a day, just like what you do with the mint tea.
So for us, it's mint tea. For you, it's milk and tea. Nice, interesting.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, Padmaja, over to you.
Yes, sir. Ma'am.
Hi, do you hear me? Do you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. Good morning,
Okay.
ma'am.
Good afternoon. How are you doing?
I'm fine. Thank you, ma'am. How are you?
I'm great. Is everything okay with you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
My name is Padmaja. I am a 7th grader from Z.P.H.S School, Ilavaram. Now I would like to share a little information. Best time to
Yeah.
visit India is from November to January. In these months, we experience moderate temperatures. What about there in Morocco?
Okay. Thank you for your question. It's a very good one. So I think that the best times to visit Morocco are during the spring and fall. I mean, spring, it's between March and May. And for fall, it's between September and November. During this period, the weather is warm and pleasant, making it ideal for exploration and outdoor activities. Both spring and fall are a good balance of temperature. However, in summer in Morocco, it gets extremely hot, especially in some places and in some cities. So it's not good to visit Morocco during summer. So only spring and in winter. Do you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
And in winter, it snows in some places, like here in Ifran, in the Atlas Mountains. So it snows a lot, and the weather is it's cold. Sometimes it's freezing. So I think if you want to visit Morocco, it's during spring and fall.
Yes. So, what is the highest temperature recorded in Morocco?
You know, we have the Sahara, the desert. Sometimes it gets 50 degrees
Oh,
Celsius. It's extremely hot.
yeah.
The place where I live, sometimes the temperature reaches 45 degrees Celsius.
Oh, so for
It's
India,
very difficult to go out during the day, so people prefer to go at night.
yeah. So in India,
Yes, sir. Hello, ma'am.
Hi,
How are you, ma'am?
I'm fine. What about you?
I am fine, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. My name is Farhat Tabusum. I am a 7th grade from Z.P.H.S School, Ilavaram. I would like to share little information. Our education system is regulated by our educational department. Our school starts at 9 a.m. with our morning assembly. Our school closes at 4 a.m. We attend 4 periods in the morning session and 4 periods in the afternoon session. Can I ask one question, ma'am?
Yes, sure. Go ahead.
What is school day like in Morocco?
Okay, so this question is very difficult to be answered. It depends on the school. If
yes.
the school is a public one, a typical school day starts at 8:30 and finishes at 12:30, students must turn back to their home, have lunch at home, and turn back to school in the afternoon at 2:30. And the last hour, it's 6:30, which makes it a very long day in school. However, if you study in the private sector, I mean in private schools, generally speaking, a school day starts at 8:30 and finishes at 4 p.m., which means students should take their lunch inside the school. So they have three options. They can either take their lunch with them or order food there in the school, or order it from a nearby restaurant. Yes,
So
what did you
it-
say?
Compared to our Indian school timings, your school timings look like a longer than what we experience here.
Yeah, sure. If it's public schools, they study 8 hours a day, 4 in the morning and 4 in the afternoon, which is very hard for students because
Yes.
they study a lot of subjects. They are overloaded with so many subjects. So it's
Absolutely.
one thing that the government should reconsider in its reform. So they should reduce the number of hours and let students give them more time to enjoy their outdoor activities and at least to have some rest.
Yeah,
Thank
exactly.
you, ma'am. My name is Mamata. I'm a 7th grader. I'm from Z.P.H.S School, Ilavaram. Now I would like to share little information, ma'am. Can I?
Yes, the floor is yours, my dear.
We learn 7 subjects in our school. First one, Telugu is our mother tongue. Second one, Hindi is our national language. Third one, English is our international language. And other 4 core subjects are physical science, natural science, social studies, and mathematics. Now I would like to ask you a question, ma'am. Can I?
Yes, sure, go ahead.
What subjects are taught in Morocco?
Okay, so in Morocco, the subjects taught vary across different levels of education. If we take, for example, elementary schooling and primary schooling, so let's focus on elementary school. In elementary schools, they study French and Arabic. Arabic is our first language. French is the second language. And in some private elementary schools, they have included also English. In primary schools, in addition to these three languages, Arabic, French, and English, English is the only they study English only in private schools, in public schools, not in primary school. Okay, they add also mathematics, science, and physical education. When students reach middle school, I think like your case, they include other subjects like physics, sorry, physics, and there is introduction to what do we call it? So physics, science, mathematics, in addition to Arabic and French. And in some places, in some they study computer sciences in some private schools and in some public schools. And in high school, they add also philosophy. Do you study philosophy?
No, we don't study
No?
philosophy.
Not in middle school, in high school.
Yeah, even high school also we don't have that subject.
There is philosophy. It's a must, and it's a very difficult subject. You know,
Yeah.
philosophy is not that easy. And we have history and geography, Islamic studies, and if students opt for the science mathematical option, there is an introduction to what do we call it? Sciences of engineering. This is only for students who study mathematics. Their focus is on maths. And students who study this option, they are very highly qualified students, which means that they get higher grades, especially at math and physics. And those are, you know, the how we call it, the elites of our educational system.
Yeah. So school system, each period and each subject period lasts for 45 minutes. So how about
Ah,
there?
no. In our school system, it depends. Some subjects are taught in 1 hour,
Oh.
other subjects 2 hours. You
Mm,
know, so I think I should write this, okay? And maybe I can, I don't know, I can ask some authorities to consider this 45 minutes of class. This is very much important. It's like the American system, I think.
yes,
They
yes.
study only 45 minutes. For us, it's 1 hour, sometimes 2 hours. And
Mm.
you know, for high school students, if they study sciences of engineering, it's 3 hours.
Oh.
Once a week. 3 hours once a week.
Mm.
Kritika, an 8th grader from Z.P.H.S School Ilavaram. I am so privileged to interact with you. I would like to share a little information. In India, teachers for public schools are recruited through a mandatory test. Teachers who obtain top score are selected. Here, I would like to take it an opportunity to ask you a question. My question is, how are teachers recruited in your country?
Okay, I think it's the same case like you in India. So teachers in Morocco are recruited through a competitive process that includes a pre-selection method based on objective criteria. This process may involve written exams and then oral exams. So not anyone can be a teacher in Morocco. So everyone should go throughout this process, which is very selective and it's difficult. You know, they should get well prepared before taking the examination, because the examination is very, very hard. It means that if you want to be a teacher, you should already be a teacher. You see, this is very difficult in our case.
How do you teach English to your students? How innovatively you teach English to your students, to the students whose mother tongue is not English?
Okay, so before I answer your question, I just want to let you know that in Morocco, English is a foreign language. French is a second. So they give priority to the French language. But what you said, which is very much important to survive in this global community, people need English. Now, the Moroccan government is making a lot of changes as far as the foreign language is concerned. So in the past, if you want to go to the university, if you want to study, for example, any scientific subject, the language of instruction is French. Now things have changed. Now they have included English. So there is a shift from French to English. Now people are giving more priority to the English language. Okay, this is something which is very good, and I appreciate it about our Moroccan educational system, because you know French is a dead language. If you want to study science or technology or I don't know anything which has got a technical reason, it's the English language and it's not French. French is for poetry, I think, or for fiction. But if you want to survive in this global community, it's English. Now, turn back to your question, how do I teach English? So you know that the Ministry of Education gave us some textbooks. So we have to follow the structure of those textbooks. But even though we have these textbooks, the teacher is free to include other activities like games, puzzles. There is a public speaking contest, which we do every day, every year, and which is very good. So students in our country, they love it, okay, because they demonstrate their oral ability in English. Also in French, it's no problem. So we have the textbook and we have handouts and other activities. The problem is that in public schools, you cannot find in each class a data show. So this is something which causes an obstacle for us to use those audiovisual aids to help students learn the language from their native speakers. So it's very hard for us to make videos in the class or project videos in the class because we have only 1 or 2 multimedia rooms. So this is an obstacle for us. But anyway, we can do the listening task with just an audio recorder, and it's okay. But the textbook, you know, we must follow the structures. And of course, while teaching, we focus on the 4 skills: is the reading and the listening, the speaking, and the writing. So four skills are very much important to be included in each activity we do. That's something we must follow this.
Okay. Before we wind up this question, I have a question. So today you are in Morocco, I am in India, but still we are able to communicate with each other with the help of the global language English. So, but still there are a few teachers, the few organizations, they insist on the British accent and as well as the American accent. So they always insist the students to learn the British accent, to learn the American accent. So being a professor of English, and do you support this kind of argument of learning the British accent and as well as the American accent? Do you think it's a need of our?
Yeah, so for me, I think what is important is to be able to communicate with the others, be it the British accent or the American accent or the Canadian accent or the Australian accent. I think this does not matter. If you understand me and I understand you, if the message is transmitted, okay. But generally speaking, when we talk about the accent, most people prefer the American accent, especially in Morocco. For me, I love the British accent because, you know, it's the roots. It's the original language. So
Yes.
I love it and I like it. But for students, if they adopt the British accent or the American accent, I think it's not a big issue. So they can learn the accent they feel at ease with, the accent that they enjoy.
Absolutely.
But as I told you, if for us in Morocco, the American accent is like I know it's fashionable. It's a trend. It's the trend. But though this, other people prefer the British accent. You know, the British accent is the accent of the Queen, etc. It's elegant,
Yes.
more elegant than the American accent.
Absolutely, I do agree with you. And before we wind up the session, may I request you to give a message to my students? A message.
So, first of all, I love your students. Okay, they are very kind. It seems that they're very kind. They're hardworking. My message to them is that I think that they should manage their time. Okay, so to have good marks and grades, they should also focus on the English language. They have to improve it because if you want to survive, they want to survive in this competitive or in this global community. English is a must. So they should develop their writing, reading, listening, and also their speaking skills. They can do it. It's easy. Now with YouTube, we have a lot of YouTube channels. They can follow the YouTuber they like or the teacher they like. They can read in English. They can listen to songs in English. They can watch movies in English. And they should write in English. So any language, those 4 skills.